Hey everybody, how are you doing? Hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear. Some technical difficulties you wouldn't believe. I don't even have a ring light, but hopefully you can see me. I see you, you see me. Hey everybody, it's Sharon. Oh my goodness. Listen, I've been on my 10,000 steps. I've been on my 10,000 steps, trying to do it 21 days, 21 consecutive days. However, it's been rather cold. And twice I had to just do the bike and march around in the house. But hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can, because there was something going on with my microphone. Let me see if I can tapped in a little bit. Oh, okay, it's working. It's working. All right, all right. Just drop a heart. Hello and welcome all. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Okay, double tap the screen to you can double tap the screen just to leave me a quick note and say, "Hey Sharon, how are you doing?" I'm up sipping my tea. I haven't gone live today. So that's the thing. While I am doing my 10,000K, my 21 consecutive days, I'm supposed to do a live or a video. I was able to do a video, but I may need to put them together because I'm trying to keep them over 8 minutes. So, how are you all doing? I'm talking about tonight. I just want to just shoot the breeze with you guys because there's just so much going on. At the time of this recording, we're seeing the fires in California, and it's just like, what is going on for the last couple of years? It's like we're just seeing all types of stuff that's been happening. But also, we have to, me being a nurse now, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how can we help those? Um, who are in need. And so I see a lot of help that's been given and galvanizing, people coming together. And I thought about it. I said, since they're having all these fires, what's going on with the nursing homes and the hospitals and where the patients are? Because that's where my mind started to go. And I saw a YouTube. I'm having my green tea with a little ginger. I saw somebody on YouTube were saying that they were taking care of the elderly and just going out there to offer comfort and care. So as we need to come together, and we always are. One thing with us as a country, whenever something happens, we're able to come together and give help. So I'm sure they're going to be asking maybe for more medical help and people who can go in to the state of California and support them. So that's just my thought based upon everything else that I've been seeing. But let's keep them in our thoughts and our prayers and whichever way we can extend. One of the things, I was watching another program and they were talking about how do you stay ready? Okay, because many companies, we have an emergency plan, just like when there's snow, when it snows. Guys, if you just got here, double tap the screen because I'm going to talk about how do we stay ready. Like just like you would have a snow chain, people are not thinking that if something were to happen in your town and your state, what would you do? Would you do to evacuate? Do you have a little kit or anything packed? And just to think of it, especially people with young children and young babies, and I'm just thinking that most people don't think of that. And one of the persons that they were interviewing, they did ask, the person said, I never thought about it, what it was like, what it would be like, that if there's a fire or if there's something happening, how would we um, get out of the house. So we're not thinking of it. And, we used to think of, oh, we're going to grab our passport or birth certificates and all of those things. And remember when Hurricane Katrina came, that a lot of that happened where people lost a lot of personal things. And so one of the things they're saying is to upload it in the digital somewhere in the cloud, right? So you could take pictures or scan those important documents and keep them ready. So that's one of the things I'm talking about, how to how to stay ready. They're saying, how do you stay ready instead of getting ready? So I know I look a little bit close up into this, but I think I'm vertical again with this. So yeah, guys, if you are, I mean, you can Google it online, like what do you need just in case of that you have to take yourself and your family. And one of the lists, one of the evacuation lists, it was saying that they call them the 6 P's, as in Peter: people and pets, papers, phones, and important documents, prescriptions, vitamins and eyeglasses, pictures and irreplaceable memorabilia, personal computer, or if you have a hard drive disk, and your plastic, your credit cards, and your cash or whatever. So people are not thinking of these things, but that's important in your neighborhood. To do you know where the local shelters, do you know where the emergency shelters are, you know? So these are some things that I saw, so I was able to look at it. But if you can get a list of it, what to grab before evacuating, I would always say to yes, make sure you have your IDs and everything else with you. Some people would write things on their bodies or whichever way, but your phone, your chargers, your backup system, your keys, wallets, all of those things, the clothing, you know, you want to be safe. Guys, if you're just jumping in, I was just talking a little bit about how do you stay ready. All right, how do you stay ready if there was something to happen and you need, you and your family, to get up out of there? Do you have some things in place when it comes to like your prescriptions, documents that you can make sure that's uploaded, scanned, and into the cloud? I would usually just email stuff to myself: medications, prescriptions, some water, you know, have like maybe a little pack. I have a little backpack, maybe like a little backpack, you know, where you can put your water and stuff in for what it's worth. For me, with the nursing part of me, the little antibiotics and all of those things. And so you're saying 3 days worth of clothing, you can layer yourself. It's just all the things. But people, first thing they're going to think about is, you know, their lives. If anything, they're going to do is like, hey, I want to be safe. If anything, I'm going to take, you know, get me out of there. So it's just a little thought on how do you stay ready? How do you stay ready in case there were some form of emergency? So just a little something you guys can take with you. A flashlight. I like to have a little. Oh, where's my little flashlight here? You know, just a little thing. Some people travel with flares and different things like that. Good shoes, like hiking good shoes. So you know, all of these things are so important when we think about it. So it's like, how do you know, how do you stay ready? So it's just a quick thought, guys. If you're hearing me and you're new here, just you could jump, double tap the screen just to say hello. Let me know what your thoughts are. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you watching in from? And what are we talking about tonight? We're just talking about staying ready. You know, how do you stay ready? So many things are happening in this world, just a whole lot of stuff. And you want to make sure that you and your family, you are safe. So I would just say, think of it. Just have something packed, or you know, sometimes they too say too, in your home, do you have a safety room or a safety word? It's just so many things. One lady I saw being interviewed, and she said, you know, with all of this that was happening, and I'm talking about in reference to what, you know, the fires in California, she said that you don't think about it, you just, your brain is so scattered, and it's just something for all of us to think of, just to make sure that you know, we have something. And so wherever that it's need to be kept. But the first thing for you, you want to make sure you are safe, your children, a lot of people, their pets, you know, that's big, you know. It's just a thought of it. There's one person, only one person that I know of who lived in that area. And I'm just praying that her whole family is okay. She did post a little something on Facebook, but she didn't say much. So it's just a lot when things like that happen. So yeah, think of it in your own home, in your own life. Do you have something in place that if in the case of an emergency, you are able to just grab that bag. So maybe go online and Google and see what to have in just in case of an evacuation, and see what the lists, see what's on that list. I'm sure they'll have different ones, but you will see what works for you. And it's not for people to panic, but it's just that way, as a nurse, when I travel, and especially if you're on the road, there's certain things they would want you to have in your little bag, not just medication and stuff like that. Well, usually antibiotics, because we're not really traveling around with any meds. But, it could have a flashlight, you can have an extra blanket, you can have extra shoes, you can have some water. Sometimes you may want something that can cut anything, just something that you should keep in your car. Just a little first aid kit. Water, I'll say that again, water is big right now with everything going on, especially when it's cold and you're traveling. Those blankets, extra blankets are good. Masks are good. And all your personal documents, take a picture of them and upload them to the cloud. So that makes sense. A lot of things that's happening right now that we see, it's just like, my goodness, what's going on? But the thing is, all I can say is for us to really think of how we can better ourselves or help other people. We can learn so much. And YouTube, and let's talk about YouTube now. YouTube being on this easy mode, right? YouTube is on easy mode. YouTube is allowing new YouTube subscribers to grow. Well, I'm liking the channels that are giving great information. I was just on somebody else's channel, and she was just talking about a lot of holistic stuff. And I really liked that. I was like, hey, I know about some of that stuff. And I thought it was quite helpful. So I think, a good idea for people who are coming on YouTube. And I think what's going to happen even more so are the people who are very unique. Somebody who could talk a little bit about holistic and things that are in your cupboard, that you could use that really helps you. And of course, I'm not giving medical advice, nor was she, and we're very clear on that. But it's just stuff, information that you could say, oh, wait a minute, I have that, along with information from your medical provider. So that's those are, I think those are the kinds of YouTube channels that are going to take off. They almost like a kind of an alternative. Now, have they been here before? Yes. Alternative channels right here on YouTube are the ones that YouTube, when I see them, I go for them. I'm like, okay, here's something a little bit different. Here's something unique. Here's somebody just that's not talking about the everyday thing. Now, for your channel to grow, yes, they're saying you can talk about trends and trends on what's happening. Maybe you have a niche, maybe within your scope of, for me, like within my scope of practice, of things that I know that I could talk about. Hey, Lucy Warrensworth, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for being here. And so I'm talking about tonight, what is it like starting your new channel? What is your channel about? How are you going to make it different that people can be drawn to it? And for me, I am liking the channels that are a little bit different, that when I walk away from it, I am really getting value. So that even have me reevaluating my channel. Yes, I would like to have more views. Yes, everybody wants more numbers and subscribers. But when you are clear on your why, and when you are clear on why you are here and the impact that you want to have on the lives of people, then it is going to be so rewarding. And trying to keep up with the latest trends, it takes work, because trying to be a content creator here on YouTube content creator, it takes work. Okay. Yes, there are some people who can turn on their camera like that, and they can talk to you anywhere from 8 to 15 to 20 minutes, even more. I know I can do that too, but I don't always have the time. But there's some people who are so dedicated to what they are doing. And I'm saying that YouTube, these new content, these new channels, and that's what's happening. I am seeing a lot of new channels because YouTube, it's really pushing those channels. So I had to go look for my regular people. I had to really, my little book, if I could find it, I call it my little notebook, my little black book. I had to go look for that book so I could so that I could find the people. I'm trying to find it here in my little knapsack that I keep, right? So that I could find them, because there's no way. I was like, whoa, it was just a ton of new people. So many of you who are starting your channel, what are you going to do to stand out? Could it be those hashtags? Could it be you engaging? One of the best things I could tell you guys is to engage with other people. This is my little black book, okay? This is a little black book. The best thing is for you to engage with other people, because when you engage, like many of you, you come back to this live, once you engage and you start to document, you put something there. I'm getting the notification that, like, oh wow, somebody said something, let me go see who this is. And then even if we've met before, I'll go back and watch more of your videos. Usually I try to spend anywhere from 15 to usually from 12 to 24 minutes watching your videos. I'd look at a short video, I would look at an intermediate video, and then of course a longer one. So I'm going to watch sometimes at least 3 videos, sometimes 4, on your channel. That means and where do I find the time to do that? In between work and listening. And, I can do, when you're an entrepreneur, you can get a little flexibility. If I'm really interested in the channel, I do go back, and of course I subscribe, but I do watch the videos first. And usually within 24 to 48 hours, you'll see me subscribe back, because we don't do sub for subs, right? We don't want YouTube to think that we're doing that, which we're not. So it's just really, supporting each other. And so this is a community where we're getting an opportunity to make sure that your channel stands out. Is it a how-to channel? Is it a channel that's informative? For me and the stuff that I do, I may not get a lot of views here, but after a while, I share the videos in my Facebook group. I share it with my audience. I share it in my newsletter. I mean, there are people, I could have a call with a client and I would say, as a matter of fact, I did a video about that. And, could be like, oh, wow. Or, one of the things too, folks, amazing, beautiful people, YouTube is giving all of us an opportunity for us to show ourselves, and off screen, as we would say, when you for me as a speaker, right? People can they'll say, okay, what do you sound like? Or if I have my reel or something, and then they get an opportunity, because there's some people who will vet you via what you do on social media. So once again, we have to be careful what we put out here. It's another way of another thing. It is another way for people to see who we are and how we show up. And for me, that has always worked. Okay, Wisdom Sparks Motivation. Thank you for coming in. Oh my goodness. I am here talking about let's stay ready instead of needing to get ready. So you might have been listening to me, and I'm over here trying to find my pen to write in my little book to see who is on here, and for you guys to come back. And so we can shout you out and let folks know that you're here. I Cherish Church, good evening to you. Oh, so wonderful. Guys, thank you. I know it's a little bit late. I went for my walk. I did my 10,000 steps, and I've been trying to get it in. I really have. It's been rather cold. She said, I'm ready, so I'm also ready. And this is what I was talking about when I first came on. I started talking about the fires in California, like, my God, what is going on? And of course, we got to pray and leave it all in his hands. But one of the things too, I was watching another YouTuber, and she was kind enough to talk about what are some of the things that you have in place when it comes to, if you need to evacuate. And a lot of us don't think of that, and some people actually, for my company and what I do in my policies and procedures, we have to have an emergency plan. Like, what is the emergency plan? If you're not here at your office, where else can you set up? What are you going to do in your building? And so if companies have that, how many of us have that in our homes? And so one of the things that they were talking about, because they were talking about the 6 P's, and this is not mine. It was something that was posted, and it was saying, how many of you know where the emergency shelters are in your community? Not many, right? And the 6 P's are people and pets. You want to make sure that they're safe, right? Your papers, your phone numbers, and important documents. You may want to screenshot and upload them to the cloud. Your prescriptions, if you have medications, let's see if you have to leave your home quickly. Do you have a little, pack? Some people have the water resistant stuff. Do you have like something that's packed where you'll have some water, some change of clothing? I mean, if this is making sense, guys, you could drop a one, right? Because anything can happen. Your prescriptions, your vitamins, your eyeglasses. Lord, I have to get me some extra ones, because really your girl can't really see much with that's written without them. Pictures and irreplaceable memorabilia. You may not be able to take all of those, but just like photos, we can, thank you so much. So like photos, we can upload them to the cloud. Your birth certificate, your what do you call it, your passports and things like that. Here in the States now, they have the little card, the passport card. You can have that, but not to travel internationally. So there's certain things, you could think of. Your personal computer hard drives, once again, can it be something that's uploaded to the cloud? And people are going to say, oh God, I'm going to do that, and they're going to get my stuff. If they want to get our stuff, they will, whomever they are. Your plastic, your credit cards, and debit cards, and cash. So all of these things, we're thinking about, oh my God, if there were to be an emergency, do I have those things in place? When they're babies, do you have water for them? Food, formula, the Social Security, all of those things, guys. You can take pictures of them. And like my phone, your iPhone can scan things. You open it up, it can scan it, and you can save it into the notes section or wherever you want to save it, or wherever you need to put those things. And also, a little packet with your flashlights and things like that. I always love those little transistor radios, the little radios that you put the batteries in. Old school, yeah. Give me one of those that that crack like that. Yeah, give me one of those. I'm good with those. Some people have two-way radios. Why are we talking about all of this? I mean, a few years ago we were talking about that, but we're just saying in your homes, to be, just to be safe. First thing is to be safe, right? A lot of people are not leaving their pets. Some water, always good to have that in your home. And if there's no electricity, I mean, we have a fireplace here, but yet still you got to have, there's so many things to think of: carbon monoxide, this, that, all, so many things. But I do believe in the power of prayer, right? It's not to make anybody get like, oh my gosh, she's saying all of this. It's something that we speak about, and that's something that's done in many businesses. We have to have those as in our policies and procedures. And I'm saying, how many people have those things? And that's why I'm saying with YouTube, going the route that it is right now with the new YouTubers. If I haven't been at your page, let me tell you guys, YouTube has been pushing a lot of new content creators. Have you guys been seeing that? Drop a 2 if you have. I have seen so many new people. It's just like, who's this? Who's that? Who's that? I was like, oh my God. So I have to actually go in and type in your information, or now go and click on your name, right? And what's been happening, I have not sometimes when I write, when you guys respond to me, I've been responding back, then I look and it's not there. Or sometimes you may end up with two response from me and I'm like, are they holding the responses? Yes, I know now because it's 6 and 7 days. But where it's telling me, oh no, you don't have any unresponsive messages, and then like a couple seconds later. So I think because of all, good night, hey, think nursing. I think because of all of the new subscribers, maybe it's on overload. Hey, think nursing, we were talking a little bit about staying ready, and that because of what's happening in California with the fires, that we all need to have these little emergency kits in our home just in case if we have to leave. And I was saying that even if you work for a healthcare agency, in their policies and procedures, they have to have an emergency backup. Like, what is their plan? What is the contingency? Believe it or not, guys. And I think nursing, she is a nurse, and she drives. So she has to have little things in her car, just in case of a flight, just in case of anything. And so what I was saying, and I showed my little knapsack or something like this, some water, some food, things like that, just some things to have just in case if you have to grab your family and your pet Fifi, or the cute little pet, whatever you have to grab. It's just to be safe. So it's just a thought, for you guys to know that companies have that, but how many of us have that in our homes just in case? Yeah, so just a basic grab and go, as she said, some some pouches to eat, some food, just a little thing right there, and to have talks with your family, like if there's an emergency, right? Which room is the emergency room? Things like that. So, and sometimes because we don't really think of it, and you don't want to alarm people, but many of us, especially nurses, we think about everything. We're like, okay. And that too sometimes can be a little bit difficult for people who don't understand it, because we're always thinking, especially when we see the kids playing over there, oh my God, that child is next to a glass table, oh no. So you try to control all of that. So yeah, that was some of the things that I spoke about. And also that I think that many of us are not seeing the numbers that we want on our videos. And because there's a lot of new content creators, and they are riding the algorithm. So once this tapers off, we'll see where it goes. Yes, we have to do the SEOs, the hashtags, the this and the that. But I'm not going to get caught up in it. I'm just putting the information. And you guys can share, like, what are you sharing on your channel? Because for me, I don't want to get caught up in it so much. I just want to do the things that I love, the things that make sense. And some of it is nursing, some of it is a motivation, inspirational, using, I don't know, many of you use your playlists. So I'm starting to do some things that will be in the playlist. Think Nursing said, I'm so clueless when it comes on to the SEO, etc. I just post content. Yeah. And there are ways you can do it. I mean, some of them, you can, I think in video and all of those things will retitle, but I just put in there what I want to. I know. All right, guys. So when I first started out in summer of 2023, YouTube kept telling me, push this, push that, do this. Oh, they're liking you. But it was all my travel stuff. And I was doing travel shorts. And I didn't edit any of my stuff. And I was like, I don't have time for it. But many of you, if you've seen it inside the studio, YouTube was saying, oh, you're gaining momentum. A lot of people seem to like this. post more of this. I could not keep up with them at the time. And my friend, I am underscore Rupert, he had done some travel and YouTube was pushing him like crazy. As soon as I would open up pop, and he was monetized within whatever amount of time it took him. It didn't take him very long, but he came back and he worked and he stopped traveling for a little bit, but he had to keep posting because YouTube kept sending his stuff out, and it does. So if you guys are getting those messages from YouTube, jump on it, because I see people with they don't even have 1,000 yet, but they are getting the watch time and they are following the algorithm. So that's what's happening. The SEOs, I think maybe in video can tell you, and it has to do with the wording that's used in the thumbnail and in the title and in your videos. So the thing about this, let me do a little gem. Who want to hear the gems? Wisdom Sparks is going to be like, Sharon is sipping the tea, pinky out. I'm going to drop you a gem about, is it a SEO? I'm going to drop a gem. Who want to hear it? You drop her 3 if you want to hear it. I need at least 3 people to drop a 3, and I'll tell you what it's doing. So if you want to hear how you can easily ride the rhythm of the algorithm, because I'm studying this thing, guys, I hope most of this stuff that I study is not even so much for me. It's mostly for my clients who are really into this stuff. Okay, Think Nursing said, may have 1 tree, only 1 tree. I need at least 3 people. Yes, one lady said to use YouTube and actually in the title. Yeah, Wisdom Sparks, but Wisdom Spark came with a 3. I need 1 more person to drop a 3, and I'll tell you what the SEO thing is about. And it was also why I went to researching, because somebody had screenshot one of the things and sent it to my Facebook page. So I only have 3. I just post content. I need 1 more person to drop a 3. Wisdom Spark said, tree. She said, I'm the tree for everybody. It's ginger and green tea. Yeah. So in order, YouTube is, and I was speaking to another content creator, because Think Nurse and say, I'll be 3 for somebody else. All right. So this is it. It is a very intelligent, whatever they're using, this app, it's very intelligent. And a few years ago, and I told you guys, I was on an app that was called Periscope. And at the time, and because I have to set it up so you guys understand, and when they really started using this stuff, just like how Siri, and what's the other one? If we call Siri name, she gonna start, and Alexa, they listen to everything. Got to be careful, because that thing could even email the information to someone else. And we were on Periscope, and it was a time during the election when we had the other female that was running for president at the time, Miss Clinton. Hillary, and somebody typed something, and it wasn't anything derogatory, but something popped up and said, was this statement inappropriate? And all of us watching, it asked you to vote. And if you didn't vote, it would tell you that you did not vote. You heard what I said? So somebody typed something in there. So this is here how YouTube comes in. YouTube hear everything. So how this is, when you use your title, when you use your thumbnail, and you use your title, and also you could possibly use it as a hashtag too, but it's the thumbnail, the title, and how you use it in what you are saying. Does that make any sense? Or do you want me to explain it some more? Ping these up, because we only get 2 tree. I got all the incognito people watching. But what they don't know, folks, do you know when you watch, there's something inside the studio that sends you the picture of some of the people who are already actually watching and liking your stuff? You get it, Wisdom. So if we're talking about, yes, let's say we're talking about YouTube is on easy mode. It's in the thumbnail, it's in the title. And I'm going to say YouTube, 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 YouTube. YouTube is on easy mode. So they say YouTube is on easy mode. So if it's on easy mode, I'm going to do what it needs to do. I'm going to need what I need to do, because guess what? YouTube is making it easier for new content creators, right, to be seen. YouTube is like the new frontier. And because of that, people are getting their information out there. So just think about it. How long has it been since you wanted to have your own YouTube channel? And because now you have the opportunity to create, to be a content, that's another word, a content creator on YouTube, right? YouTube is making it easy for new content creators. And so that's why when people would get upset with DoorDash, I'm like, why are they getting upset with the woman? The woman is just riding, in Jamaica would say you would ride the rhythm like a lizard on a limb, right? To me, it's a musical. Ride the rhythm like a lizard upon, hey, okay, I'm not a DJ, but I'm just saying she's riding the wave of the algorithm. And because she has people that's going to watch her anyway. Okay. And the thing about, and I can say DoorDash as much as I want to in here. DoorDash, I'll say to my teeth white. Right. And they're saying, why she keeps talking about the same thing? Why is she keeping it? Why do you think she's doing it? And I'm like, instead of knocking her, the lady knew, she understands. And then the other night, she finally did a video and she was saying to people, now that I'm saying the name of these different things, you will see the ads. So some of the people that I watch, the other YouTubers, if they talk about money, you will see that pop up. Now, nursing, if you're still here, when I go on Darren's, and I get some ads on yours too, but they will do ads. I think you're monetized, but they will do ads if you have over 100, even if you're not monetized. That's for my other old channel that I don't even use. When I go on Darren Speaks, oh my goodness, they kill me with the ads. But I leave my stuff and run and let it run and watch. And watch them, because that's my way of supporting. So some of the peeps that I know, there are two of them who's always talking about money. Then the Robin Hood thing comes up, banking stuff and investing stuff and all sorts of stuff. So it depends on what you're talking about in what you're saying. Remember, I told you the app that I was on was very sensitive for what was being typed, but it's also what's being said. And there are other ways, to find that out with the apps that's there. I just don't have the time for that. I know what it really wants from me. And like I said, if I start putting in all the travel stuff, but then the majority of it, I'm not really a full travel channel, but that's what they want. And sometimes it's almost like you will say, I can't, read what this algorithm is about. Once again, it's your audience. For me, for what I do, it works for me. Okay, because my other channels, there are videos, and even on this channel, there are videos that you don't see that I use in my courses and my class, because I wanted them to have access to it. So there's so many ways to use YouTube. And for people who are really looking, like they're saying, for monetization, for me, I'm a coach outside of this. And so there are those of us who use it in a different way. But there's some people who are really looking for the monetization. And if it works for you, it works for you. Joyful Julie just did a video. I thought it was great. She was monetized, I think, in 5 weeks. Yes, she was monetized in 5 weeks. She had another channel, which was about, I think, 8,000, and something happened, and she wasn't able to use that anymore. So for a while, something they were reviewing, and then she decided to start another channel, and she was monetized in no time. Why? Because Joyful Julie went Joyful Julie 2.0. You can find her, right. So she would go live every day, and that's how I met her. She would just be there and she would talk, and she welcomes everybody, comes on. Her lives could be 2 3 hours. She could be on a live. But she said what she noticed was that her long form content, her long form content. Now just think of it. We can't come live all the time, but there are people who will watch. Some of us do the loops, right? But there are people who will watch our stuff at another time. That's how I found Think Nursing. I binged on her stuff. When I found it, I was like, oh my God, I love her. I love the way that she spoke. I love the way that she told a story. I was like, oh my God. And she will tell you a little bit about her life. And then and it was just so genuine and so open. I said, I hope this woman don't think I'm crazy. But I was like, I kept answering back to everything. And that's the beautiful thing about YouTube. When you're being really authentic and genuine, there are some people, I know some people who they have the showmanship. They can come and say one thing today and change it tomorrow, and they can take it to the next level, and they can hype you. There's some hype people, but I've been on this planet for a minute, so I can, I like the entertainment. We can see where it's going. You know what I mean? But to keep up at that pace, when you are authentic, the longevity of it, it's almost like singers who write music. Like, especially, I heard somebody said once, like when you write a love song, it's there. Like, Lionel Richie could just write a song, and it's just like, oh, people who could just, the things that really last. And we had some pop songs, some of them I can't remember, but they were good for the moment. But and then you get the hype and you get whatever that's needed, but it's the stuff to me that I can go back. There's some things right now that I'm seeing that people created 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And I'm like, wow, this is good stuff, especially those who are in the wellness space. Yes, information changes, but you can see, how people progressed over the years. And it's just like, wow. And then you can build on what you already know. So that's why I'm saying, folks, let's not get discouraged, because right now, YouTube, ding, 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 it's given new content creators, because YouTube is on easy mode. And if YouTube is on easy mode and I'm supposed to take up my camera because I am a content creator, right? I'm going to do that because they're pushing the videos of new da 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 da, all of that stuff. Let me drink my tea. I have time for this. Then no, I have to wait until there's a new trend, because boy, I can't dance. Like, the trends too, even on TikTok. Are the TikTok invasion? Are those folks over here yet? Because I know they're supposed to be on their way, or are they here? Are they, this is their year over here, come alive, thrive in 2025. Listen, guys, if you haven't double tapped the screen, I can't even see where I am right now. So much is happening. If you have tapped the screen or you haven't, please do so. We spoke about staying ready. Be ready just in case, if you and your family need to go to safety. Try to Google, find a list, or speak to somebody locally in your city, your town, and find out where those locations are. These emergency shelters or anything like that. And it's just a thought. It's just a thought, because we see what's happening in California, and I'm thankful and grateful. Yeah, every day there's a new trend. Every week, every day, and every week is a new trend. There's one dancing going like this, and I had my daughter. I said, "You know what? Videotape me doing this." And she's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I said, "It's a dance that goes like this and goes like that." Uh, uh, Why? Why did I think that was a good idea for me to just try to get the little, who knows the dance, that little dance. So I can't keep up with the trend. Them God, you know I can't. But it does happen. And also, there are other things too that you can do. I've seen some of the teachings, go and take somebody else's tape, take the information off it. You can go and I guess you can mix it and so forth. That's for the people who are doing shorts. But then somebody is saying you really don't get monetized from mixing somebody else's. I guess it's after you do it. Because let me tell you, some of these lives that I've been doing where I'm looking a hot, they and I am far away enough for the monetization, they will be deleted. They're not staying there. So if somebody think they're gonna scare it for posterity, that's soon because they will not be there. So you do, there's still some videos, and that's why I have a bot. Because when they used to come on, they would slam me, call me every name you could think of. I did a video one morning. It was a beautiful video. I was on a rooftop and you could see the city, you could see all of that. And they called me enough names till I had to make one of my friends that came on a moderator. And I said, these what do you call them? These people who come on and say all sorts of stuff. What do you call them? Wisdom sparks. They come on and they say mean things. I'm just like, I had enough of them. So sometimes I block them out when they yell out all sorts of trolls. Yes, when they yell out all sorts of stuff, man, they call me every name in the book. But yeah, so guys, yes, to be reminded that after this stream, I want you to come back and just say something, because what's happening, I am connecting with other people, and when they come in, they're reading your response, and that's how I'm meeting other folks. I see them respond, whether they go to Lashana or wherever they respond, and I say, oh, let me go check them out. I think I connected with a young lady from the Caribbean. I think it's Caribbean girl. Um, but she is actually in Grenada, and because of her name, I think there's a letter I'm missing out of it. But she is in Grenada, and I watched about 4 or 5 of her stuff, and I really like her. And I said, let me, yeah. And then she came back. Because I'm not looking for, if I really like your stuff, I'm there, I'm binging on it. And she came back, and I guess she checked me out and said, who's this watching like so many of my videos? And because I went to Grenada a few years ago on a medical mission, and it just brought back good memories. One of them, she had, oh my gosh, I need to find, maybe you know her, Caribbean girl, Tony. You see Wisdom Spark? Yeah, oh my God. And one of them, they had a drone. And I'm saying, oh, I remember, because when we went to Grenada on our medical mission, we stayed at the medical school. So it was the summer, and we stayed at the medical school, and there were different places that we went. Sutters, Guave, was it St. George? And yeah, so different place, Woburn, all of those I can still remember. And so when I was like, looking, oh my God. And I was like, it's about time I pay another visit to Grenada. And but I know someone who does medical missions there quite often. So maybe we'll go back. And his family we did the clinic in Woburn. I remember all the names. Yeah. So it was very nice. And I said, oh my gosh, she's from Grenada. Yeah. When I go to Grenada, I'll hit her up. But yeah, stuff like that. So you're going to meet amazing people. So don't be shy about it. And if you notice in my lives, guys, I'm calling out your names. I do that purposely. I don't even have to. I know Think Nursing is Stacy, but I say Think Nursing because the algorithm is hearing it. Think Nursing, Wisdom Sparks Motivation. Guys, you got to figure this out. Call me RN to CO and say, hey, Sharon, that's fine. And I don't use a lot of my hashtag because there are just so many people. I don't even want to get into it, but it is trademarked, and they're just folks. And that's the thing, guys. People, I'm always here talking about your intellectual property. Live, life, love, Nitya. I was up one night, Wisdom Sparks, listening to her, and she's a young lady who write her thoughts. She actually puts the thoughts into an app that sings it. And I was talking about it, when was it, yesterday morning? And Boogie Time TV came on, and Boogie Time writes music. And Boogie Time said, "Hey, yeah, I used to write music." I said, "Yeah, I was up listening to Live, Love, Live, Nitya." And she was playing, and I said, "Oh, is that you singing?" And she said, "No, it's an app." So she put the words inside an app, and she said, "Oh, aren't the CEO, you would like this. It's a reggae beat." And it was just so beautiful. So we started talking about it, and I said, "Boogie Time. Oh, as a matter of fact, Nitya uses an app, because Boogie Time TV said she couldn't really find the singers and the studio time, and that's where the money comes in, guys. The studio time, it's expensive." And she said, "I just didn't have the time for it." And then Nitya, she shared the app, what it was, right there in our conversation. And so, guys, that's why when you show up, you never know who you're going to meet and the information. And that was shared. And Boogie Time was like, "Oh my God, that was so nice of you." She didn't hide it. She was just like, "Hey, it's not my voice, but these are my thoughts." Well, when I was on Nitya, Live Life Love, Nitya's thing, I said to her, I said, "Well, doesn't YouTube have an issue with copyright?" She said, "No, because I own it." I said, "Well, have you thought about copyrighting the music to make sure you own it, whether it's uh, ASCAP or BMI?" Because I told her, as a DJ over the years, when I would play music, I had to research to see who sung the music or who wrote the music, and is it either under BMI or ASCAP. And so she was like, "Oh." So a couple of days later, she was like, "Oh my God, guys, I was up all night. I was making sure I was registering my music." You know how happy that made me? Because sometimes too, you may think, "Oh yeah, yeah, I need to do that," or "I just put my stuff here." And that's why I always talk about intellectual property, not an attorney or anything like that. I've just seen stuff, and I've experienced that, where people just think your stuff is so good and so fresh, and they will take it. And so, yeah, that was beautiful that she went ahead and protect her stuff, because it's your legacy. So that's the thing. My thought is, all these new YouTubers, here I go again. All right, time for a commercial break. So all these new content creators that down the road. Hey, hey, hey. Hi, how are you? Welcome on in. Hello. Oh my God, boops and budgets. Hey, what's up? Guys, thank you so much. Listen, I'm acting like I have all this energy. I did the 10K, and down the road, I got to go back. I see you did another walk. And when I thought that you were cold out there, you said you were hot or warm. How do you, I mean, I am finding out. This is what I had to do on YouTube. I actually had to say, "How do you dress in cold weather when you go walking?" And I found a lady who made a video maybe 3 or 5 years ago, and she spoke about the type of material and the clothing and how you should layer yourself. Let's see. Boop and budgets. Trying Stacy's and all these fires out here in LA. Please pray for everyone. We've been affected. Oh my goodness. Yes, I was speaking about that. So blessed. Hey, welcome on in. Guys, anytime you see me, whether it's a premiere or a live, can you please double tap the screen and to get a thumbs up? Boop and budgets. Listen, I entitled this Stay Ready. I spoke about what was happening in California, and if you guys have any like a little survivors thing, I know it's hard with the kids and everything. And so, yes, our prayers, because I Cherish Church was on earlier, and we were talking about it, that we were sending out prayers to those in California. And there was a list of things to grab when it came to evacuation. And one of them, also to know where the emergency shelters are. Yes, sorry, I meant to say trying to stay safe. Yes, please, and prayers are going up because we believe in the power of prayer. And the emergency evacuation checklist, the people, of course, make sure you are safe. Some people with their pets, your important papers and phone numbers and documents. If you can screenshot them, upload them to the cloud or email them to yourself. I sometimes scan my own documents, put them in a Google Drive, so wherever I am, we can get access to that. Prescriptions, vitamins, eyeglasses, the extra stuff, pictures, and irreplaceable memorabilia if you can. If not, they stay. Personal computers, hard drives, and discs. But once again, if they can be uploaded, and your plastics, which are your credit card, cash, whatever is needed. But I know the food, water, the medicine, and some clothing. If you guys have already double tap the screen, because I can't really see it here, just drop a 4. Let me know. Drop a 4, and I'll go over. Somebody had asked me about the SEO and how YouTube knows that you are uh, what you can do when it comes to YouTube. Oh my goodness, is this? Yeah, let me see how many people. Oh, great, great. I got 8 thumbs up. So down the road, thank you for the thumbs up. So blessed. Thank you for the thumbs up. And I know I have Wisdom Sparks in here, and I had Think Nursing and I Cherish Church. So I really appreciate that so much from you guys. What I said before about YouTube and the algorithm, I won't tell you the whole story, but because they're saying YouTube is on easy mode, you can also put that if you use a thumbnail or put it into your title, and you may want to repeat it a couple of times while you are speaking during yes, while you're speaking, you may want to continue to repeat those things over and over because it does pick it up. And reason being, YouTube actually scans. It actually scans. So you can say you put it in the thumbnails or in the title, and it's not in there. It'll know that you didn't do that. It'll yeah, so that's why when you hear people one night it was so very clear to me. Someone wrote they did like a little expose thing on a couple, and the way they said their name over and over again, I said, this man killing me with this name. And I said, wait a minute, let me see how many times he did this. And when I looked at his view, and it was actually like he put it into an app. So guys, you have to think about it. Whatsoever is in the title, you can, make sure that you're actually talking about that thing. And you can talk about the same thing. You could do a series that's very, very similar to it. Now, Think Nursing was on before, and she's saying, she's like me, like, listen, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about because I really want to have good conversations. And, all the listen, to be on the trend is fine. It's good for those who want to do it, and I say do that. But for me, at this particular point, I just want to do some of the stuff. I'll do some of the nursing stuff, and then I'll put it in a playlist. And some of you could do that. Like down the road, you do a lot of camping stuff, and so you could have different playlists because sometimes people just go and binge on the playlist. Another hint that I can give you guys after you're done. Oh, let me see who is here. You could drop a 5, and I'm going to drop you guys a hint how to get more views. Because I already know what YouTube want me to do. They want me to do my travel content because I take care of another channel, and I was in the same place doing the same thing, but because I had to separate them, but that's what they want. They actually want the travel stuff. Okay, so blessed said it's a 5. I gotta remember what I was going to share. 5. Oh yeah, there's something I was going to share. I think I need some what is this? Some honey. Mm. Green tea and honey. Yeah. So you got to tell me what I was saying, Wisdom Sparks. You know, you're in the front of the classroom. You know, when this menopause brain comes, it's just like, hey, come on, guys. You got to tell me what I was about to say, Wisdom Sparks. Yeah, I did share the SEO with you all. Um, what was I about to say? I'm telling you, this is the menopause brain. I did not do that purposely. Whose thing was I looking at that I okay, so we already talked about the SEOs and how often you should be saying what's in the title, because once again, YouTube does scan that. Um, Sometimes too, oh, here's another good one, because quite a few did put in your 5. Down the road did, Wisdom Sparks, so blessed. You can throw, if you use Chat GPT can give you your titles, some of the titles too, but I know the in video can, retitle some stuff for you. Oh, the playlist. That's why I love Wisdom Sparks. Okay, teacher's pet. Wisdom Spark, good enough. Listen, Wisdom Sparks, you better tell them. You tell them the amount of stuff. She keeps me on track, guys, because she was like, yeah, time for her to drink some more water or something. Okay, what did she say? You were talking about the playlist. Okay. Me already given it a Chat GPT. Down the road. Okay, so all right, so this is what's happening. Come on, so blessed. Listen to this, everybody. What she say? You said you were talking about the playlist. All right. So when you finished your lives or your video, you're posting your video. If you notice under my videos, they pretty much say the same thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right. Let me go through it. It will tell you, right? Like under one of my videos, the most recent videos, you'll go underneath and it's going to tell you, it says nursing is in trouble, only 29 views. Can you believe that? And it's such good stuff, but it is what it is. And when it says more, there's a reason, method to the madness. Okay, video, click on the video, go under there, and it says, please like, comment, and subscribe. New videos every Thursday at 4 a.m. Please subscribe here. You'll see my YouTube channel because YouTube is a search engine. That's what I know say YouTube playing with me. No, I know say them playing with me. I say schedule a coaching call, and then there's my link for a coaching call. Then you'll see me post my Instagram at RN to CEO, my Facebook at RN to CEO, because it is my brand. And then I say a free monthly masterclass. You can click on that, sign up for it. You don't get a whole lot of emails, but I do a monthly masterclass, which is, if Wisdom Sparks, if I drop this much gems here, what do you think I do on my master classes, right? And then it says there's my free 21-day care for self. How do you make money and everything is for free? Hey, it's for nothing and your drinks for free. Hey, and then it says thank you in advance, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, the check mark, share. And I said for more videos here. And that where the more videos is a playlist. Did that make sense? Drop a 6. Did it make sense? In other words, I put that stuff there because a lot of people will scroll. And when it says more videos here, that's my self-care list. It's when they click on it, it takes them over to the playlist. Did that help? Did that make sense? 6, if that made sense. Anybody here? Oh, nobody's here? I guess that wasn't good stuff. Darn it. I'll drink some more tea. I'm really going to get heartburn tonight. Thank you, Wisdom Sparks, if that makes sense. So, yeah. And guys, if you're doing your videos, you do want them over 8 minutes. definitely over 8 minutes, 8 to 15 minutes. Thank you, so blessed. 8 to 15 minutes. You want to the 20 minutes. What I'm noticing now, even with Dodash, she understands this trend like you won't believe. Now, if you notice, her videos are longer because she's a heck of a storyteller. And her videos are longer. So the videos, a lot of people, I think the Dante London was talking about it. So the 20-minute videos down the road. Thank you so much. So yes, underneath you can put all of that stuff. So how do I put that stuff? I don't sign it, type that in. I keep it in the notes section of my phone. So in the notes section of my phone, it has paste YouTube. So I just type in PS YouTube. Oh, this is it. And then I just hit select, copy over, and just drop it in there. So everything is already in the notes section of my it says YouTube paste. So it's so I know where to go find it. So every time I do you see that? Every time I do something, I just copy and paste it. See? So if you go look, and then this now, you're only going to see the YouTube thing. Drop a 7 if that made sense. Yeah, it's great. And then what happens after a while, you can, that's how you sneak in a little extra watch. That's why I said, I know and I understand this thing. It can work for the people who are posting or getting the numbers. For me, how I do business, to me, YouTube is a business for me. I never worry about the monetization where people are. So when I came over here, it was a little bit different for me. So yeah, sometimes my ego, I was like, man, this thing is going to only 24 people watching. Or this is another thing too. There are other YouTubers who are good at what they do that can do the remix on what you have just done. And it just is what it is. You know, they could just take it because they have the views, they have the hype. And again, what I've noticed though, had I done more videos more often, I'm seeing, oh, what it took me 3 weeks to do, I'm doing that in 2 days. So that's an improvement. But not every time I feel like it, but I do a lot of lives. And the idea is to get the watch hours. So the lives are going to support you in real time. Now, the 365, when I go into the back end of what I'm doing, I have over 1,000 and something hours. But what's happening every time the 365, say tomorrow is 365, because I have not met those watch hours, they're falling off. So they're falling off. They're falling off. So I noticed I started to pick things up around June, July, August, September, October. So I know I started posting things when I was in Dominica, which was in June. So I will need to make sure that I become monetized before June or by June, because if not, those hours are falling off. You get it? So it's not like from January to January. Well, it's within a 365-day period. So when you look in the back end, you will see all of the where you were doing mostly lives. So by the time you get to your 1 year anniversary, you're going to need to do that. So I already have over 1,000 subscribers. Okay. And that's why I knew that I was going to change how I did things after I hit over the 1,000. Because, I use shorts, I did other things like that. But for me now, I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about, but I do need to get the watch hours. So the thing also, when you become monetized, if you watch some of these videos and why people are becoming demonetized, they thought that they could just become monetized and don't keep up with it. Nope. YouTube was like, nope, you're not just going to come over here and sit and collect a check. From what the young lady was explaining, that she needed to do more work in order for her to stay monetized. And so people were becoming demonetized because they weren't doing the work. So Bless says, that's what happened to me. I had the watch hours, wow, but not the subscribers. then I had the subscribers and lost all those watch hours. It's hard, but one day it will be balanced out. See, yeah. And I think Sharita Jones, she had what is it that she's trying to get? The watch hours, because she had the subscribers. And Cassie Kitchen Creations with a K, she had the watch hours. She had more than the watch hours, but her thing at the time was the subscribers. So, when they say half a dozen of one, well, six of one, half a dozen of the other. Six of one, half a dozen of the other. So, it's one or the other. So now for me, and for a lot of us, we will need to go live a little bit more, because even when those, what do you call them, those trolls come on, it just is what it is. And in vertical, so when you're in vertical like this, you're going to more likely, how I am scrunched up in this little thing here, you're going to get a lot of people coming on. It looks better when you are, the aesthetic of it looks better when you're this way, right? Is it horizontal? Because it just look better, it look nice. But when you're this, you're going to, because why? YouTube decided to push this, so them I push it. So, you could do it on your phone, you could do it through Restream or StreamYard, whatever, and then you would have to set it up vertical in order. So somehow, other than your subscribers, they will see it. So I've had certain times during the day that I get people from different countries, and I'm telling you, it's brutal. It's brutal. I was just like, man, somebody called me grandma the other day, and I answered to it because I am a grandma. And then I looked at myself. I said, you know what? Why am I up here looking like this up here on you and the tube? I was like, my God, but it is what it is, right? I'm like, okay, I'll get it. What does it do? Now, guys, I said before that being on YouTube, and thank you guys for coming in. If you're new, double tap the screen. My love on being here. One of the things about YouTube, for me, how it has helped me, it's because I actually speak. Okay. And so sometimes you will be vetted. People will want to see, what do you look like? How do you show up? And they may not tell you. And especially certain organizations, they will check all of your social media. And I had that happen to me, where someone asked me to host something. It was a release for an album. It was an album release. And the person who called me did call me from California. I didn't know, because I didn't owe anybody anything out there. I'm just like, who in California? Got the call. Oh, finally answered, had the conversation. Okay. Everything. They told me what I wanted, da, da, da. And I said, okay, but you didn't say, what do I need to wear? She said, I know we won't have a problem. I said, how do you know that? She said, I've already done the work. She said, I've vetted you. This lady went to YouTube and found an interview I did way back when. And I was like, ding. So your social media footprint makes a whole lot of sense. So for those of you, I get it, girl. I haven't seen her in a minute. But like some of you outside of YouTube, you may become your own kind of what do they call them, influencers, or whichever way. But at least you have a body of work, because they are going to look at it. And then for some, opportunities may come up. A podcast, people will invite you. They will come and see how you do an interview, how you handle it. I mean, it's, for me, it has worked in that it has worked for me instead of against me. So that's why when people are saying, oh, monetize on YouTube, is a whole different world. And Wisdom Sparks, you and Casey Tales. What is it? Casey Wisdom Sparks. Casey Inspirational Tales, right? So you guys are going to have to know this intellectual property, how you're going to use it, because if somebody ever asks you to send a little information about yourself, you already have something on YouTube, and those links will come to help you. It can help you on your websites, your pages, whichever way you choose to. So there's a whole world outside of every, just being focused on the monetization, which is good. I said to down the road some time ago, I have to run. Thank you. It's getting late. Thank you for doing your live. Lots of info. See you all down the road. Okay, guys, make sure you go to down the RD. All right. So yeah, it's 11:41. I'm going to shut down in a minute, but I hope you guys have been able to use this information. You find value. Remember, whenever you come on here, there's some value that can take you to the next level in what you are doing. Because YouTube, I'm just going to over here have fun. I have a big project I need to finish up this month. So I will try and be on as much as I can. I'll be on sporadically because my hours varies. But yeah, we'll figure this thing out. And I know the algorithm is going to come back to us because YouTube is making it easy. YouTube is on easy mode, and it is. If you were here earlier, you know why I'm just repeating it over and over. YouTube is on easy mode, and it's pushing new content creators. And if you so choose, you could jump on it because they are on easy mode. YouTube is actually helping people making money, right? The gems, right? Yeah, YouTube. So, I may have to change my title because I'm up in here talking all about this. Guys, don't forget to come back and please just drop a note, say something here. And folks are going to be coming back in because you better know that I have my little book and I am connecting with people. And I go back, I watch at least 3, so 24 minutes. Some of you may not have that time, or 18 or 12 minutes, whatever you need to. But I want to check them out. I want to feel them out. And because I know I'll go back. And some of the stuff I share, sometimes I share your links. Wisdom Sparks, I've shared your stuff before. Some folks in Dominica think I'm going to share it more because it's just good stuff. Is when you feel inspired, we can share each other's stuff and just put it out there. Think Nursing. I like what I just love everything that I love her and her hair. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Woo. Somebody go over to Think Nursing. And I think she had something she was doing a wash day. And the ladies here took up the whole, you think, what's her name? What's the one? Tabitha? You think Tabitha has hair? Tabitha, call her here, Donna. Think Nursing here movie. I thought, won't you? Her hair is a whole nother universe. I was like, geez, Pima. The lady took out her hair and it was like this. And she was combing the hair. No, I am not exaggerating. Please go over there and say, look at. I said, somebody can't have so much hair. And all natural, honey, all natural. And then she'll spin it up and it may not look like a lot, but it's just a big thing of hair. And Jasmine, if you hadn't cut off all your hair, you would have that. Shoo, I'm trying to hold on to my edges. My other daughter, she cut hers too, those baby. And so I started, listen, guys, because, all right, so my eldest, after she had the second baby, I said, nothing can go. So the child hair all the way down in the back, down here in the back top of her jeans. So you know what I did? I started taking them vitamins. I was like, you should see grandma down there taking them baby vitamins. I did not care. I was like, did the vitamins do? And then after a while, some of the hair kind of, she shed it. But all the hair, oh my gosh. I remember when I did not like my thick hair like that, my 4C hair. And look at it. Look at, Jesus. Yeah, sometimes we don't like what we have because it was just, the combing of it and the this and that. And then now look at it. It's our glory. It's your crown, girl. You and that big hair, listen, you need to insure that hair 'Cause that the hair, it's a whole thing by itself. Just like how with insurance, they insure body parts. They insure body parts. I used to go to the gym, and my trainer at the time, I complained so much he wanted to give me my money back. But anyway, he had this woman that would come in, and was a she was a, what do you call it? She was a model, and it was just for her legs. Her legs. So he didn't talk to anybody. He got a lot of money just to train her. She was a model in New York, and it's just for her parts, her legs. And those legs were insured. I was like, wow. So yes, think nursing, you have to go insure that. God, that need its own show and everything by itself. Just like Tabitha, she worked with somebody to formulate some kind of hair thing, and now she has a whole hair product for it. And she talked about Donna. Her hair names, the hair is Donna, and her abs. What are she called? The abs, tabs, tabats, whatever. So all her body parts have a different name, but the hair on itself. Yeah, man, guys. So yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me with the watch hours. And who else need watch hours? You need watch hours, so blessed. Which one do you need, so blessed? Because a lot of us, I watch me on YouTube too, cause them hear everything. Them fast. Me say them fast sitting nursing. Them just they are listen to everything. Them algorithm. Cause they say sub for sub. Salapub, salapub. Ue tube is a ute ozine. Who speak Pig Latin? Watch. You need watch hours. Do you have a playlist? I think you have a playlist. You have a playlist, so blessed. I did a night, Charita Jones. Mine was like for 8 hours. So yeah. So what we do, we sit there. I actually watch them. Like Nemo 504 says, support. So yeah, I was on Wisdom Sparks. I was on yours. I did yours, and Sharita, I did hers. Yeah, several playlists. Yes, I did see. Yeah. So the playlist, it helps, guys. And you could just choose one and drop it in. That's why I'm doing more stuff now. So my wherever I want to put them, they can. One of the things, especially self-care, is huge. And so I can get speaking engagements for those. So some of the things that you guys are good at, start being strategic about some of your videos. And there's a method to the madness. You want to be kind of strategic about it, you know, um, and it will really help you. And then of course go with the stuff. Some of the stuff you may want to do evergreen. One last thing, in the YouTube studio, YouTube Studio told me that I should do more how to videos. And some of it will be evergreen. So sometimes I may come on and do a live, and I'm not shouting you all out because I'm just trying to do something for the day, keeping it evergreen. But they will tell you what they think will work best for you. So if you keep it evergreen, just read. For me, it was the travel stuff, and I kind of bypassed that, although they kept pushing it. And people will tell me, oh, YouTube suggested this. YouTube suggested that. And I was like, that's why I was getting weird people, because when they're pushing you, they're going to push you in everybody else. When the video ends, you can say which videos you want them to watch, or to watch your most recent. And there are other things that I've been doing, I've been toying with, and some videos that I've already done, they were just, maybe they weren't at the numbers where I needed. And because I started doing some other stuff, it flipped over and those numbers started going up. So now you start to see that YouTube have its own thing going on, but you're going to have to be strategic on why you are here. If you are a great person who can write, start thinking about getting some of your stuff published. I'm not going to sit here and wait on YouTube. Some of you, I think, already have your books and so forth. YouTube now is just another way to be seen. Think of it. You start to think of it. It's another way for you to be seen, for your programs, the different things that you do. It's it's free advertising, y'all. It's free advertising. So sometimes people get so caught up in the other stuff when there's a whole nother strategic side to this and how you use it. Some of you, like I said, if you ever need to reach out to me under the videos, and after this one, I'll put up the information. We can, have a conversation. I may not be the coach for everybody. That's why I give so much free gems, because if you come into my space, whatever you do is going to take you to the next level. And sometimes it's like, who do you need to be, to move to that level of what it is you say that you want? It's a different version of you. It's a different way of being. It's a different way of showing up. So I can give all the free gems here, but the moment you come into my space, it's nothing for you to be anxious about. It's just what is, and just to hold the space for you and give you the systems and strategies that's needed so you can take what you do to the next level. Yes, I do coach other individuals. I do coach nurses who have either launched their businesses, and there are those who already have their business, but they need to take it to the next level. So we come in with the systems, the operations, the financial, the marketing, all of that good stuff that it's just like it may just all be in your head. And it's like, how do I, most of the people now who come, because many of my nurses, they still work, and they're just not all nurses. Some of my testimonials will show you that. But it's like, okay, I have all these ideas. Where do we start? And I love that, because that's the easiest part of it, right? Because you are the talent. If you are the talent, is now you need the know-how. And the moment you get the know-how and how to keep the momentum and what to put in place so that while you're doing something else, because sometimes you're exchanging hours for dollars, right? But then there comes a time, all my gifting and my skills and my talent, they need to be doing the work over there. And some things will take a period of time for you to get what it is you say that you want and to be comfortable with it. Because that's the thing. Who do I need to become to move that to? Look at this. I'm at here until 11:53, 2 minutes. I'm shutting down, and in 2 minutes. Wisdom Sparks. Oh, Sharon. Oh, but listen, girl, you need to get on the phone. Think Nursing. Every time that number, you should have it up in the description, but I know you don't want all these people calling, but I think I have the number somewhere, but let me look in my little black book. Let me see in my little black book. I haven't seen Miss Do It Yourself. Gotta go and check in on her. Okay. Let's get it together, Miss Renee. I think I was on Yolanda Wilson's page. Nancy Green, hey, I Cherish Church. So there's some folks that I need to, some are new. This is like the new one. So yeah. And LaShawna have us writing stuff down. Oh, yeah, and I think I just got jumped on an app. When I think about it, I really didn't need it, but it was so hyped. You remember that? Okay, please, you have my number? Oh man, listen, RN to CEO on Instagram. You can jump on that because we need to jump on a call. There's some things, yeah, you need to jump on a call. Yeah, girl, come on over here. Let me set you straight. They don't even say straight. Let me set you straight. Especially for some of the things you want to do. Yeah. Come on, just join it. I got all these nurse practitioners over here and all my amazing, amazing clients. People, come to the list, girl. There's something I was looking for. Oh yeah, in video. I think I did. You remember the one you saw in me? Yes, please. So either me text, jump in your inbox, or I'm gonna jump in your inbox also. So we can set up a call and put some things in place, because this is I'm going to tell you, this is YouTube is on easy mode, but it's the wild west. How you do that, Stacy? You see how you do that? You didn't have my number. That girl has skill, And, oh, you did save my number. You see your skill. You have skills, With all that hair, you have enough brain. Jamaica, they say if your head big, you have enough brain. Well, if you're here, she have enough brain. Thank you. Okay, gotcha. All right, good. So I'll drop the link, and then we can. Yes, I know. I remember. That's why I said, oh, the time that I called you. Yeah, I would have said big head. That's the thing. In Jamaica, they will call you. If you're a nurse, they call you nurse. If you're a teacher, they call you teacher. If you're a policeman, officer. Oh my God. That's just how we do it. All right, guys, shutting down at midnight. But I want to say thank each and every one of you. You are all doing amazing. I like to share these little gems. Try using them. Some of you are possibly using them already, but just know that we are getting new people, new eyes on us. Since, I started out talking about nursing, think nursing. I started about it on here, but it wasn't. Then one night I talk about Bob Marley, the One Love Show, and I was like, wait a minute, it went over 100 and something. What's going on? So that was the local trend. And so some of the stuff I just put them on either private, or if unlisted. Now unlisted, when you start pulling them off, that time in it, they're not getting anything with it. So I know I have to be careful with that stuff, because if you do something and leave it unlisted, it's going to see the numbers drop, because it's only the people. This algorithm is something else. So that's why you can use what's the other one? It's not Venmo, but it's like Vimo instead for your videos. There are other platforms that you can use. I use Zoom because I have an academy, so I can use whatever I want to put in there. Because me messing with the algorithm over here, no, I don't have time for that. So right now, yes, the 1,000 and the watch time, because I'm losing them. They're just falling off. So I'm going to do more videos. Sometimes, guys, you can do like maybe 3 10-minute videos or whatever you need, or 2 20-minute videos, and then schedule them. So something needs to be there, because I got 2 minutes. Something needs to be there, because if not, you're falling off. And then YouTube again is on easy mode. For content creators, and YouTube. Backside. Oops. Ciao. I'm getting caught up in this thing. Anyway, let me not upset myself. All right, guys. So I am going to shut it down for the night, take a nice warm shower, put on my fluffy socks and my penguin pajamas. Do I have penguin on those? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to be real comfortable, especially when I used to work nights. That's what I did. When I come home in the mornings, take a nice warm shower, my favorite pajamas and comforter, and I'm out. Okay, beautiful people, may the Lord bless and keep each and every one of you. Take care of yourselves and your families. We pray for the people out in California. Let's send good thoughts to them. And if at any time they need any support, we can find it in our communities and through our churches, whichever way, to send love and support to them, the elderly, the children, the families. Oh my God, everybody, the pets, everything over there. So the power of prayer is powerful. All right, beautiful people, take care now until next time. Bye-bye.